Okay, of course, as a caucus, we've been invited to go and look through issues of the UPDF Amendment Act and the budget for this year. And we have to go with an open mind. Of course, the UPDF Act was due for amendment. There are many proposals that had been pushed, even when I was chairing the committee. But with the new developments, definitely we need to go with a clear head, mind, and think through that the legislation we are undertaking, we don't legislate for the current situation, we legislate for the future, we legislate for generations, we legislate for Ugandans, we legislate for everybody. So as members of parliament, I think we need to be critical in terms of what they are going to present to us, because they have not yet presented us. So for us, actually, we are open. We are open to receiving those ideas and make an analysis of what they are bringing to the table. Don't legislate in anticipation. So what Semuji is saying, I don't know where he's picking those things from. And for me, that's why I'm insisting that let's first go and look at the proposals, and then we see what to do. Because right now I cannot say that this is the proposal that is in the bill. We need to look at it and then scrutinize and come up with solutions. People should not condemn caucuses. I mean, even the opposition recently was in a caucus. We also need to go and sit in our own caucus and discuss. So caucuses are no more for parties. So by saying that we are condemning ourselves, I don't believe in it. He has not looked at it. So let's look at it, and then we come up with what we shall have come up with as a caucus.
First of all, look at the proposals, because as of now, even personally, these proposals were drafted by the Attorney General in consultation with the Ministry of Defense. It would be better for one to look at the proposals, because these are proposals that are supposed to give rise to the decision of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court is saying, let the bench of that court be lawyers who are soldiers. Is there any contention to that? The Supreme Court is saying, let that court be a subordinate court to the civilian court. Is there any contention to that? The Supreme Court is saying, let there be a right of appeal from that court to a civilian court. Is there any contention to that? So I would wish to advise such members to first pay attention to the details of the proposals before they decide, even before seeing what has been proposed. Because some of these are directives by courts of law, and Parliament is the legislative organ of government whose primary responsibility is to make laws. If there are laws annulled by courts of law through interpretation, and the same court goes ahead to give directives to the law-making body, which is Parliament, we are simply performing our primary responsibility in line with the direction or directives or decisions of the Supreme Court of Uganda. Mapinduzi was received some times back. He is now a regular special guest of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus. He is normally invited as a special guest because the chairman of the NRM Parliamentary Caucus is equally mandated to invite special guests to the meetings of the NRM Caucus.
I got the invitation from the government chief whip to be a special guest. And I don't understand what is special guest in NRM Caucus. That's why you see me dressing not in yellow, but as a special guest. So I'm going to attend as a special guest. That is it. You know, it's my first time. I don't know even the time when the meeting starts and what happens in the NRM Caucus. Whether you can speak or you can't speak, I will see it from there. Of course, when you just arrive in a family, you first have to study situations. So I'm going to join them today under invitation of the chief guest. Of the chief government whip. To give it the opportunity to speak, I have done my research. I've been reading from the time I got the invitation yesterday. I will open up my mouth and my mind, and I will speak. But I will speak for the people of Uganda. I had a party on Saturday, and in that party, the Right Honorable Speaker invited me officially, and she gave me a yellow shirt. So I don't know if that is a qualification of being NRM, or I have to first wait for the card of the party. to become NRM.